Alright, short story today. Do some background on my Stag ARMS AR-10S10 or 10S. Doing a tool check here before we get too far. Got the coffee, torque wrench, driver, Torx, bit, donuts, camera, stand. Alright, we'll get started in a minute. Alright, so this is my first direct impingement gas operated weapon I've purchased. I'm Canadian. It became a non-prohibited or non-restricted weapon recently, so I would try to thought I'd get one. It's a Stag ARMS S10. 1 to 10 twist rate in the barrel, 18.5-inch barrel, with the VG6 7.62 compensator on it. Really nice compensator, I gotta say. I really like the gun. The first day with it was not such a good day. Initially, right off the hop, first round, first magazine, loaded in fine, pulled the trigger, first thing I get stovepipe, bang, sticking out the end, failure to feed, jam, all those things right in within the first squeeze of the trigger. Was not happy. I had absolutely no experience with a direct impingement type action, and my lack of knowledge and ignorance in the system left me where I thought it was the ammunition I was using, which it was possible because they are finicky. I did run some steel through it. It all runs through it now that I've figured out what the real problem was. I tried the MSR ammo, I tried a bunch of different ammo, spent money needlessly on ammo I really didn't need, but anyway. And when I talked to Stag ARMS about the recommended ammunition, they were vague, but I told them what I used and they said it was good, and I asked if they had a list, and they talked to their service department. I never got a list at any rate. So what I should have done right off the hop, like I say, is put it back in the box and send it back to the factory. This is what I found. My gas block. You can see it there, the dark image was loose from the factory, loose. The screws were loose. That's why it never functioned. It never locked back. I put one round in the magazine, inserted the magazine, dropped the bolt, fired a round, and if it did manage to eject it, it wouldn't lock back. It was running pretty awful. So at any rate, through some checking through the interweb and all that, all my symptoms were based on a lack of gas. They kept asking basically, what kind of suppressor are you running? You need an adjustable gas block. And I'm like, no, that's not where we're going here, boys. I just want it to function. Anyway, I'll do a quick disassembly so you can get a clearer view of the gas block and what I did and how I dealt with it. Okay, and around the handguard here, there is 8 cap screws here that are countersunk cap screws. Remove them. Set them aside there. Move your hand. Alright, now we got the handguard off. Separate this puppy. Push the pins out. the upper half out of the way. It's not really important to us right now. Alright, back to the gas block. Get a rag to set my parts in here. Give them a little clean up. Here's the bolt assembly. That's how she looks after. How did I put through it that day? I think 60 rounds, maybe that day only. I don't know, I had some of the Hertenberg NATO rounds, Austrian. So probably more like 100 round days. And that was with the using the Varget powder. So it's not really dirty, not, as you can see, not much wear. Charging handle. Okay. Back to the whole point. There's can't see through that. There we go. So right there is where your gas tube ends, and it picks up here. That gas is forced down into your carrier group, which operates that and fires the whole bolt assembly back. Gas in, engaged and locked, reversed. Okay. Now, how all this is achieved is with pressure from your spent cartridge. And in here is your gas block. That hole there is the lock pin that keeps gas tube itself in the block. Underneath, 2 set screws. 1, 2. And up here, up here on the top, you can't see it of course because it's underneath his shoulder, but there's a hole in the barrel. So my problem with this gun when I got it was this block, these 2 here set screws were loose. The block was canted. The block itself was canted over. So what I did is I put a level on the bottom of the flat here. Level on the bottom of my receiver. And used that as a datum to figure out where the center of the hole is here in the barrel. Because when the barrel is inserted, it's put into here, and then this is the lock nut that locks it into place. And there's a keyway that this barrel itself is set into the receiver. So the alignment hole for here should be the center. The alignment hole for the gas block should be in the center of the barrel. And using the bottom of the receiver and the bottom of the gas block as a datum is where I went. Torqued these 2 guys down to where they belong. I threw some Loctite in there, some glue Loctite. I think it's kind of redundant because it breaks down with heat, so torquing it to the correct values is the important thing. Alright, thanks for your time. I'll do a reassembly, I guess, if you want. It's kind of basic stuff, but that was just my short story with the gas block. And like I say, I should have sent the gun back right off, but I was ignorant of how this functioned properly, and I suspected that it was poor ammunition, which I based on poor information gathering on myself. But it being finicky on ammunition I should have went further than that on my initial investigation, but I figured it out. Thanks for your time.